The Sydney to Hobart yacht race is known as the Everest of sailing. It challenges the most seasoned of yachtsmen on what can be a treacherous ocean voyage. Most of the focus is on the big maxi yachts competing for line honours. Now, a unique crew of blind and deaf sailors is in the running for the main trophy. They've been gifted a $500,000 fast yacht, making them eligible for the first time in the prestigious Rolex Cup. Bronwyn Herbert reports.
For us, sailors with disabilities, to sail the boat to the maximum of its handicap, so the maximum of its potential is a bit of an eye-opener for the world to say that disabled people can do this.
I've got people with bits missing all over the place, You can get downstairs any time and there's prosthetics in bunks, and but to be truthful, I never see it. These guys sail their boat, they sail their boat well. Yes, they're tough.
The charity Sailors with Disabilities has competed in 16 of 65 Sydney to Hobart races. But this year marks an important first for the crew. The gift of this new fast yacht named WotEva means they'll be challenging for the main Tattersalls Cup for the first time.
Previously, we've rated performance handicap, so racing that, it's based on the boat and the crew, where IRC is based on the boat.
Yeah, just get her in front of that.
Kirk Watson was born with a degenerative eye disease that blinded him as a teenager, but it hasn't slowed his passion for ocean racing.
Okay, on target now.
He's considered a salt dog, having sailed for 20 years, including 8 Sydney to Hobarts. His guide dog Tiller regularly hops on board for the ride.
Pretty hard for me to communicate with the deaf blokes because they can't hear me, I can't see them, so that makes for some interesting times.
A new recruit is 29-year-old Tom Murphy. He thought his hearing disability would ruin any chance to ever crew in a competitive team.
I was a bit negative at first about finding a competitive crew and a big boat that would be able to adapt me and adapt with my hearing impairment and find a good way of communication. Actually, with sailors with disabilities, absolutely not a problem. They've had hearing impaired people in the past.
The sailors rely on sign language and constant communication. They've also adapted by doing jobs that suit their own skills.
It doesn't matter if you're actually hearing impaired when it's 30, 40 knot wind because no one can hear anyway. So even people you hear normally use a lot of hand signs, trim and hold. So I guess in that way, that's where I feel comfortable and I see it doesn't matter really.
Skipper David Pescud, who is dyslexic, has an enviable track record. He's made it to Hobart 19 times, including the treacherous year of 1998, when 6 sailors died and 66 boats didn't finish.
We'll be pushing just as hard on this boat as we were on the old boat.
He's got a very, very great amount of talent in bringing together people with disabilities and moulding them into a crew, and he's been doing it for a number of years, and sometimes I stand there in awe of what they're doing.
The surprise gift of a new state-of-the-art boat is what gives these sailors fresh firepower.
A good comparison would be the other boat is like a V8 Commodore, that type of car, big, fast, but a bit heavier. This one is like a Formula One Grand Prix sort of boat. Yeah, it's the business, this is the one that they race them all over the world.
Graham Wood, the founder of internet group WotEva, says he donated the yacht because he was so inspired by the crew.
The Sydney Hobart's a pretty tough race for able-bodied people, especially those prone to seasickness, getting belted around for 2 or 3 days at a time. So going there when you're blind, missing a limb or two, that is extremely inspirational. So that was the main reason.
Crew members say they have a point to prove, and skipper David Pescud says he knows the team will give everything.
They deliver every day. I mean, you get up every day and pull your pants on with one arm, and just that's a matter of course. So when I say change head sails in the middle of our strait at 3 o'clock in the morning, up I go, job gets done, move on.
We sort of like to send out a message to all the yachting community that it doesn't matter whether you're disabled or not, we can get a good result. No matter how you are, whether you're hearing impaired or deaf or missing a leg or an arm. Hopefully, with this quick, fast boat, we can get a good result.